This is gonna be a dual HDMI port replacement on a Samsung TV mainboard. Hello and welcome back to our channel. So today we can fix two HDMI port on a Samsung TV mainboard. Now, from some reason, Samsung HDMI port many times they broke down, but in this case, probably faulty HDMI cable was used and it did some damage outside. So first we're gonna heat it up. We using hot air from the bottom, 350 Celsius, around 120 liter per minute. The video is cut a little bit shorter, but basically it's need a 1 minute 90 seconds preheat and obviously some flux. You can see when it's start moving freely, you don't want to rip up the connections from the mainboard. Once we remove the wrong HDMI port, the broken ones, we're gonna clean up the big holes. It's easier to insert the new HDMI port to the board, and we don't have to heat up on a higher temperature. So in this case we can use a little bit lower temperature, and obviously we're not gonna damage the new HDMI ports. We're using the usual SMD flux. It's easy to clean. About this flux, if you're using more than 400 Celsius, then it's harder to clean up. Now temperature depends from the main board. How many layers, how is the ground is sorted out on the board. If it's not that many layers, it's a simpler board, then it's less heat is enough. But the minimum is 300 Celsius. So when I don't know what to use, I'm starting from 300, and after I'm going up, basically, if it's necessary. You can see the soldering is melted. It's making a good connection. If you're working on more than one HDMI port, then it's easier if you do them together. Once the board is already heated up, it's much easier to work on it. Now we can move to the second part. Now if you don't want the HDMI port broke out at the first seconds when the customer plugs in something, then yeah, you want to do a good soldering here. We're using 450 Celsius wider tip. As you can see, the flux is burned in that case a little bit. That's alright. Or you can use different flux. Some rosin based, if that one is more favorite. First you heat up for a few seconds, and after you add the solder. Once you're finished, obviously we test all the HDMI ports before we give back to the customer. The whole job is take around 45 minutes. We have to open the TV, take out the board, do the job, and put back. Yeah, you definitely want to clean up nicely. Alright. Thank you for watching this. See you next time.